took this guy today. I didn't even have a chance to really do much of anything. I got in the stand, that one behind me there, I got in that, and it was still quite early. And I was kind of messing with my gears, getting ready, and I look up and I noticed this guy had already crossed the field. So I really didn't even have time to look at him more than like a second. So I got my binoculars up and I saw this side here, and it looked familiar. It looked like, you know, this buck that I was looking for, or one of the bucks I was looking for. And so I shot, and he went down right there. And that's kind of that story. But there's a lot of history with this buck in particular. 2 years ago, I was bow hunting, and this and another buck, and funny, I have the antlers for that buck. These two bucks were bachelor buddies. Of course, this one died last year, and this was in a previous video when I found him. But this one died. I saw this one a lot more on the hoof. But those two came in as 2.5-year-olds, and I let them go. You know, they were still young. Well, fast forward to last year, and I saw him quite a bit, this one here. And I thought about shooting him, but I wanted to hopefully have him make it another year. These two are the same age. I just saw this guy once, and it was during the rain, and when I saw him, he took off right away. But he was pretty much the same deer for the most part. You know, he's been a 10-pointer for the last 2 years at least. But so in one of my videos, the trail camera video that I posted, I wasn't sure if it was this deer that was showing up that I was seeing, or a younger deer, a younger 10. I couldn't tell from the pictures I got. And later on, I got a picture of the browse, and I could tell it was this deer. And I thought about hunting him tonight in a different spot, because that's where he'd been showing up this year, just a little bit at night. But there was a 9 that was showing up here as well. And last year, looking at last year's trail camera, I like to go back to last year's to see. But last year's buck, last year he was showing up here as well. I thought, well, you know, it doubles the odds maybe in this spot, so that's why I hunted here. So he came and I shot and went down right away. So that's the story. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage. Really, there wouldn't have been much footage to get. It would have been about 2 seconds. But he's all tore up here. He's been rubbing a cedar tree. But you can tell he's, with this long nose, he's, you know, a mature buck, and this big body. I'd venture to say he's probably, I don't know, 210 on the hoof maybe. 180-ish, 190-ish. Maybe about 180 field dressed, is my guess. But I'm happy to have him. You know, I know he's not the widest deer, not the tallest deer, but I was after a 4.5-year-old deer and didn't really care, you know, whether that meant he was a huge monster or not. So, but you can see he's got some pretty good mass here. Like a little bit of palmation. Got some nice brows. He's really symmetrical. Granted, I don't really care about symmetry, but you know, a pretty looking deer. So overall, I'm very pleased. So I'm going to get this guy processed here and go from there. So thank you guys for joining me on this, and yeah, we'll continue to hunt and maybe get some meat for the freezer. And actually, there's a guy that would like this meat. Doesn't have a whole lot to eat and not well off, so we'll get this processed for him, and then you know, worry about filling the freezer a little bit later. So thank you all for watching.